Good day, guys. So I'm making a killstreak chaos glove tier list. So first off, killstreak. So killstreak is pretty good. Your maximum phase is at 2,000 kills. So you have a pretty good amount of phases. You have very good abilities. So you have the 100 orb. You have telekinesis. You have a teleport. Um, you have lasers. All around, pretty good abilities. Um, you have very good KBR, especially at 777. 3 KBR is very good for that amount. At 1,000 and 250, your KBR is amazing, but still. You also have very good jump power after 1,000. Great auras. You have the custom music, of course, which is the only glove that fully has custom music that's actually like people use. Because of that, it's A tier. It's not the highest in A tier because I mean Killstreak XL is Killstreak but better. So yeah, A tier. Slapstreak. Slapstreak, a lot of people say it's very good. No, it's not. Slapstreak gets power very fast, of course. It's 2 power every slap. That's phenomenal. But it stops scaling at max phase. The maximum phase gets no power from every slap after it, so you can't scale it infinitely. You never get good KBR or jump power. You don't even get an ability. But because you do get very good power and you get it very fast, I'm going to be putting it in C tier. Extend. Alright, so Extend is good and pretty good in my opinion. So at 160 kills, you have that amazing 160 orb. You have great jump power at that phase and decent KBR. So Extend is very good early game. You also have very good KBR fast. So of course, at 60 kills, you even have 1.3 KBR, and that just becomes at 250 you have two, and just so on. It's very good KBR for the amount of kills. But of course, max Extend at 1,250 kills, you basically become zero Extend, but with a laser. And yes, the laser is really powerful. It one shots almost everything without KBR, but it's just a bad phase overall to like as a capstone to extend, and it kind of sours it a bit. Otherwise, it'd be in low A tier, but because of that bad maximum phase, it goes in B tier. Reaper. Okay, so Reaper is it gets really good jump power and speed very fast. It's one of the fastest scaling gloves for jump power and speed. You also have almost a guaranteed one shot on anyone that you hit because of that jump power and speed. You can easily dodge pretty much everyone. However, Reaper immunity. Almost every good phase in this game has Reaper immunity, which means that Reaper can do nothing against them. And because of that, I can't really put it any higher than C tier. Biohazard. So Biohazard is clearly bad. I mean, your maximum phase is at 35 kills. You never get good speed, power, jump power. You don't get an ability. All around, it's a very clear D tier glove. Cold. So cold is all right. So you have an ability, of course. It's not an amazing ability, but it's decent. You have your maximum phase is at 1,500, so you have a pretty solid amount of phases. You have decent power, but you never get good KBR or jump power. And because of that, it's also a C tier glove. Combo, alright. So combo scales its KBR infinitely. It's the only glove that can do that. And it can get pretty insane if you have like a stupid amount of KBR from a stupidly high combo. However, it scales so fucking slowly. You get 1 KBR every 1,000 slaps. So, and that takes like 15 minutes for a single KBR. And you never get any speed, you never get any jump power, you never get an ability. You have alright power, but I mean, you have to grind a really long time for that as well. So you're really, really vulnerable, and if anyone wants to kill a combo, they will kill a combo. It's not very hard. So yeah, combo goes in D tier, unfortunately. Soul Devourer. So Soul Devourer has a very high maximum phase at 7,500 kills. It's one of the best in the game. You also have decent abilities. You basically have the time ability, but you can't really choose where you put it. But it's on a slightly shorter cooldown, I think. Um, and you have decent KBR, decent power, decent jump height. But the main thing that pulls Sword of Arrow down is its hitboxes. The Sword of Arrow hitboxes are so bad. For some reason, they're different from every other glove in the game, and they're just really small. And you can't even see where they are. It's like a punching game. Like this isn't fans punch battles. So it gets C tier. Soul. So Soul has a decent ability, but it has a really long cooldown, and you never really get amazing jump power. Your maximum phase doesn't have much power. You have decent KBR, and you also have a really long weak phase at 1,250. So because of that, I can't really put it anywhere higher than C. I mean, it's not bad, but there are a lot of things that are better to use. Void. So Void is basically if you had the 100 Sword of Arrow ability, but you always had it. So it's an iframe ability, and that alone is very good. Just any way to make yourself invincible or just to dodge and attack in this game is amazing. That's what kind of carried Sword of Arrow a bit and sold it from being a D tier glove. But Void doesn't get amazing KBR and doesn't get any jump power, so I'm gonna put it in mid-ish B tier. Divine. All right. So Divine is decent. So you get a decent amount of KBR. That's its biggest strong suit, but you never get a good ability. It takes a really long time to grind for. It's like almost 2,000 kills for its maximum phase. And it never gets amazing. It never gets jump power. It has decent power, of course, but yeah, all around C tier glove. Thirst. A lot of people say Thirst is really good, and it is pretty good, but it's not amazing. So first off, the good things about Thirst. Your power. You get 0.2 power a slap, and at phases that increases even more. Instead of capping at 555 like Slap Streak, Thirst caps its power at 700, which is the same as 10,000 original. So that's an stupid amount of power. You also have a very good ability past 2.5 thousand. So it's basically an ascend ability or something. It's just an explosion that stuns. And you also have infinitely scaling speed, so you can become really fast. It's the fastest glove in the game if you get a really high streak. However, it's not all good. So Thirst never gets jump power or KBR, and up until 500 slaps, this is where you get to 2.5k. You don't have an ability that really does anything. So you're very vulnerable early game, and because of that, I'm gonna put it in low A tier. There's not gonna be many in A tier though, so it's like here. Revitalized. I don't have this. Calculator. All right. Calculator is amazing. You have so many phases, like 20 something phases. The maximum phase is at 30,000. And Calculator also has the three best phases in the game, those being 2,000, 10,000, and 30,000, because they all have the teleport ability, which is just broken on low cooldown. You also have very great KBR. Your KBR scales very well, apart from 6,500. Um, you have very good abilities, like the 235 blaster is amazing. You have, of course, the teleports. You have the 20,000 ability, which is basically just kills the entire server. And because of that, it's an easy S tier. Not the best glove in the game, but second best, of course. Time. Alright. Time has infinitely scaling, power, speed, and jump power up until 27,000 where it instantly dies. But because they scale infinitely, you can skip almost infinitely. You can get very, very high amounts of jump power. The best jump power in the game with time. You also have an ability that makes you basically invincible because if you get hit when you're just falling down, you just teleport back to the ability and nothing can really kill you. Because if you have a high streak, you've got so much speed and jump power that nothing can really hit you. So you just easily dodge everything until you can get your ability back up, and then boom, you're invincible again. Um, However, time isn't really good offensively. So your power does scale infinitely. You can get very high power, like over 1,000. It's one of the only gloves in the game that can actually do that. But by the time that you have enough power to be able to one-shot people comfortably, you've got so much speed and so much jump power that it's actually hard to hit them. Like you'll just be running around trying to hit them, and then you have a 50% chance of just falling off the edge. So because of that, I'm gonna put it. It's either low B tier or high C tier. I'm gonna put it in low B tier. Ascend. Okay. Ascend has okay, so Ascend is very good up until 2,500, where it becomes one of the worst gloves in the game. But up until then, you have amazing KBR for the amount of kills that you have. You have amazing power for the amount of kills that you have. You have a great ability. You don't really get a ton of jump height, but like that gets count. But like everything about Ascend, apart from jump height, up until 2,500, is just amazing. Of course, you can counter Ascends by just hitting them while they're using their ability, because it doesn't give them iframes for all of it. But it's definitely an A tier glove. Budget. Budget is kill streak, but if you made it worse. So you don't get amazing speed or jump power or anything or KBR, But you do have some decent abilities. So the orbs that you have at 100 and 1,000 kills are both pretty good. The 1,000 orbs is, I think, the biggest one in the game. It's bigger than all 160 extend. Um, but it's just not amazing in other regards. And yeah, so yeah, it's B tier. Original, okay. Original is a pretty interesting glove because it has one good ability, which you have for like half the time you're using original, and that's a 777 orb. So that orb is just the 777 orb is just insane. So it's easily the best orb in the game, apart from the high orbs on orb itself. And it's just stupidly strong. Um, Original also has flight for like half of its phases, and that just makes your hitbox a bit fucked up, so it's a bit hard to hit you. Um, so all around, Original is either high A or low S tier, but I'm gonna put it in low S tier because it's a lot better than Killstreak. Blaster, okay. Blaster is good for killing high streaks and voiding the kills because you don't really need to grind much to get a very good phase at 125 kills. And you just have a really big and really strong blaster. So it's just massive, the blaster. You don't get amazing KBR or jump power. And of course your phases don't scale very far, but it's still a pretty good glove. So I'm gonna put it in B tier. A gifter. I don't have gifter. Darkness. Okay. Darkness has no KBR or jump power, no ability, its maximum phase is at 160. However, Darkness has one thing going for it. It's really fast. So 160 Darkness is one of the fastest phases in the entire game, under 1,000 kills. And it's at only 160. So you can easily dodge orbs of it, and it's just good all around for just killing streaks. Um, for this killing high streaks without much KBR, because you can just dodge everything they throw at you, and you're just so fast. So because of that, it can go into C tier. Okay, Doom. So Doom is pretty bad. So your maximum phase isn't very high. You don't get much power, or speed, or KBR, or jump power. Your ability makes you a bit stronger for a bit, but it's just all around not very good. D tier. KH. KH is divine, but if you had to grind even longer for your maximum phase, and instead of showing your kills as high than they actually are, it shows them as way lower. So for reference, maximum KH 250 level 255. It's around 7,000 or 8,000 kills, which is just insane considering that you never get an ability or jump power. KH is pretty fast, and you do have a good amount of KBR and power, but it's held down by the insane amount of time that it takes to get the final phase, and that it has no ability or jump power. So C tier glove. I'll put it over here. Space time. Space time is time, but if your maximum phase was way lower, you didn't get as much jump power or speed, and you had to kill things instead of just playing passively. D tier. I don't need to do much more explaining. Orb. Orb is incredible. It's the only glove in the game that has maximum phase over 1,000, that has no weak phases. So every single orb phase arguably gets stronger. And it's just amazing in almost every regard, apart from its KBR at high kills. Even at low amounts. So its KBR at 200 kills is 2, which is just phenomenal. You have pretty good speed, not a bunch of jump power, but it's usable. And you just have the orbs. So orbs are just insane. They're the strongest orbs in the game, stronger than 777 originals orb. And yeah, they're just amazing. So S tier glove easily. Rage. Rage is bad. It's basically biohazard or darkness in that it never gets KBR or jump power or an ability. So yeah, D tier. Hope. Hope is the best glove in the game. Rogue Hope solos everything apart from 2,000, 10,000, and 30,000 calculator. You have at 666 kills, 4.55 KBR, and enough power because you bypass KBR to one shot literally everything in the game. apart from like 3600 killstreak X or something. You also have two of the best abilities in the game. You have a ragdoll aura and a telekinesis. So yeah, all around, even though Hope doesn't get amazing jump power or speed, it's easily the best glove in the game. And if you see Rogue Hope, just kill them. It's not worth letting them get max kills and then just soloing the entire server. Endless. Endless is the polar opposite of Hope. You have incredibly slow scaling power, no jump power, no KBR, no ability, and horrible auras, and mid speed. So yeah, one of the worst gloves in the game. D tier. Star Scourge. Holy hell, it's biohazard. Nova. Nova, up until 2000, it's basically Ascend, but it's really easy to dodge the abilities because there's a big timer that tells everyone when they're gonna go off. So it's super easy to dodge the ability. You also never get good jump power or KBR. Um, Nova after 2000 though, so at 2000, 3500, and 5000 is all right. It has a niche because your ability becomes really big, which means that sometimes might be a bit hard to dodge. If anyone has like any speed, they can still dodge it, but you can get people away from you. So you can use it pretty easily defensively to get people to run away from you. So yeah, B tier. Electric. Electric is basically ascend up to 245. You have your ability way earlier, but you have a way longer cooldown on it. For the amount of kills that you need to get a good phase of electric, it's pretty good. But it's just it doesn't have an amazing, it doesn't have a very high maximum phase, and it's just all around pretty basic. B tier. Islander. Islander is not worth resetting your kills for. So if you don't have it, I'll explain how it works. So you have 30 power and bad speed. Every time you kill a bot, you get a bit more speed. You have an ability on like a 40-second cooldown that gives you 175 power and a bit more speed for like 10 seconds. That's it. It's bad. Radioactive. Star Scourge. Bloodlust. Star Scourge. Glitch. Another one of them. Killstreak X. Okay, so Killstreak X used to be really good, but currently it's pretty bad because up until 1,000 kills, um, you're basically Killstreak, but you have a bit more power. You have a bit more KBR in most cases. However, once you reach 1,000 kills with Killstreak X, you basically become 2,500 Ascend for the rest of your phases. So you have a bunch of weak phases and you never get an ability back, and you become all around pretty bad. So this is either low B tier on everything in low B tier, or high C tier, but I'm gonna put it in low B tier. There's a bunch of stuff in B tier, so I'll just put it here. Killstreak XL. Killstreak XL is Killstreak but slightly better. Honestly, it's probably not worth the amount of leaderboard kills that you need to sacrifice to get it. Basically, you have a bunch of phases past 2000 that are just 2000 with slightly changed stats. You have the same abilities, and your jump power and speed are pretty similar throughout them. And basically, you just get a bit more KBR or power or something. So because of that, it's just slightly above Killstreak. Like these are very comparable, but I mean, it's just a bit better. Deathbringer. All right. So Deathbringer used to be really overpowered when it actually bypassed reef immunity. But currently, though, it's pretty bad, of course, because you don't bypass the Reaper immunity. Um, it is still definitely better than Reaper though, because you get your phases a bit earlier, and you get better jump power and speed, so it goes just above Reaper. Still pretty bad though. Next up we have Rella. This is Reaper, but if the maximum phase was at like 20 kills, obviously a D tier glove. Tim. This is time, but if the maximum phase was 1,800 times and you never got the ability. Math is old calculator, not new calculator, old calculator. If it didn't have good abilities, and if it didn't have KBR or jump power, pretty clearly it's a D tier glove. Next up we have hand, the final one of the budget gloves. Hand is better than all of these actually. You might think, oh, but it'd be worse because it never gets a phase, right? Well, hand is good at comboing. You can combo. It's a bit like 10 calculator in that it's really good at comboing people. So you can just combo people off the edge. If they have no KVR, you can just easily combo people off the edge. So it actually gets like low B, high C tier. I'm just gonna put it here. And finally, we have subspace. So subspace's maximum phase is 100, so you don't have a ton of phases, but its 55 and 100 phase are both very good. So 55 subspace is honestly its best phase. You have pretty bad power and just stats overall, but the 55 subspace orb is somehow one of the best ones in the game because even though it's pretty slow and doesn't do a ton of power, you can combo people with the orb because of how slow it is. You can hit them multiple times with it, especially if they have high KVR. So if people have high KVR, 55 subspace orb could genuinely just combo them off the edge. So yeah, because of that, subspace gets it's either high B tier or low A tier. I'm gonna put it in high B tier. But yes, this is my Killstreak Chaos glove tier list. It is very pro and real. So yes, like and subscribe and join my Discord server linked in the video description. This weekend I'm doing an event of all the 5,000 dish faces 1v1ing. So if you want to have a chance to participate in that, make sure you join my Discord server, okay? Bye.